Hello, friends and fellow adventurers. Welcome to the MNmaxed podcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue Bloodlords. As always, we'd like to invite you to come join our Discord where you can hang out with us and other listeners of the show. And if you'd like to throw a little financial support our way, you can check out our Patreon. And a shout out to all of those at our Lich level and above. Rock Jedi, Wolf, Bloodimus Slump, Thunder Mammoth, The Trevor Project, Das Chris, Fizzgig, AC Goldner, Eric R, Optus Christy Great Pasture There, Indie Link, Tawdry Monster, Mercutio, Angel Shadow Art, Cyrendin, The Necromancer Forever, Doc Holiday, Jason K, Dicky Lopez, Licky Topez, Rickety Ropebridge, Alex K, Doma El Lanka, Frank L, Just Mike Works, Ross D, Argoon's Long Lost Elbow, Fig Tier, Zach S, Jamie H, Mr. Turtle, Sleeve, Darren, Caleb W, Corey, Pickle, Mr. Grimm, Fire Down, M54 Ewas, Jameson S, Eric R, plus 2 4 7 of Whacking, I'm Not a Robot, George F, Leo Hart, Har, Witch Hunter, Jeremy D, Matthew M, Scott E, and Progeny of Cuckoo Lane. Shout out to new patron this week at the Lich level, Liz Giggles. Thank you all so much for your support. And now a recap of session 16. Still in the Great Urge Bank, we find some compiled information from Taligmat about the Great Factions. Also a journal of hers spying on the Builders League. Basically, she was looking for the secret contract that we found. We decide to rest in the bank before continuing on. We find that one of the items we picked up has the mark of the Crooked Coffin on it. The Crooked Coffin is a local tavern and brewery. This item was being held by one of the quick with the red cloaks. When we finally leave the bank, we go to buy and sell stuff. The next day, we go to see Hal Doley and explain most of the things we learned. She suggests that the mysterious Sallows, where the box full of poison had been sent from, could be Sallow Shore. Before going to check that out, though, we decide to head to the Crooked Coffin and investigate/destroy this supposed hideout. Gerdrug stakes out the tavern overnight. There's not much activity, but he does see some red cloaks going in and out. We decide to check it out more directly the next night. We prepare to go in and ask for a brewery tour.
All right, let's do it. Let's go get a tour of this brewery.
Where did we find the map?
In the journal of one of the corpses in the red cloaks.
I'm trying to think of a plausible reason why we would know this place was here. Saying we found it on a dead man probably isn't the right answer.
The Yelp app.
We've got a Groupon.
We've got a Groupon.
Looked up breweries near me on my iPhone and
First place that came up.
you were the closest one,
We walk up to the door confidently.
as we always do.
The only entrance into the area here is a north entrance. A jagged archway of grinning skulls, one of many such archways in the surrounding market, leads to a dim passageway with a ceiling of canvas and interlocking bones. Another archway leads to a spacious room to the east. An iron grate blocks the passage to the south. And that's in that dimly lit hallway right in the way. So if you take a step through that archway, you should be able to see the hallway.
When you're writing a stake out, which way do you spell steak?
A-K-E.
I don't like that as a vampire.
Oh, I see.
I guess you can write it the other way if you want.
This is making me uncomfortable. Can we call it something else, please?
Well, yeah, let's go get some steaks.
Perfect.
Spell
There
it.
we go.
It's an outing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we go to the door.
Yeah, I mean, do we see people as we stand at the end of this?
Not where you're at. There is another archway to the west there, made of the skulls and the bones. As you approach, you can see that there are 3 people in the bar. And this is the tavern section here. Smoky oil lanterns cast flickering light across the room. Old planks and doors are laid across barrels and crates to make tables and stools. The bar that runs along much of the room's south wall is made of wooden planks, crudely nailed together. Behind the bar, dilapidated shelves hold mugs, small casks, and other supplies. The room is sparsely furnished and lacks decorations of any kind, and there's a single wooden door in the south wall behind the bar. Manning the bar is this lovely sight.
Oh my.
Fucking sexy, those fingers.
Those nails, man.
Are those even nails? They're just kind of their claws.
You know what that means? It means this person's a classical guitarist, because you always let your right hand fingernails get long, and you keep your left hand fingernails short.
Holy crap, you're right. Her left-hand fingernails are short.
Clear sign of a classical guitarist.
There's some coke nails.
Yeah, they're all coke nails. That's a lot of
scoop up the coke.
Just scooping it. Yeah.
I like it.
So as Gurdrug, you're kind of like quiet, like approaching here. The female ghoul is who it is, wearing a barmaid's dress, turns to you and says, "Well, come in if you're coming for a drink."
I do.
Well, then come on.
Come in then.
I
Come
do.
in.
I'm going.
Come, find a seat. Sit.
Come.
I hope you don't mind plants.
Plants. Does it drink
Yes.
ale?
Never tried, but let's find out.
They don't have a choice. Ale's all we serve.
I'll try it.
Ugh.
Sun drinker.
It talks.
Occasionally.
Fine then. 5 ales, 5 copper pieces.
I give her 6 because I'm a gentleman.
How kind
Who's a-
of you.
About to kill her, most likely, and take it all back.
Do they tip in Galarian? That seems
I don't
like
know.
a US
I just
kind
did.
of thing.
Don't care.
Way to put your
Yeah, I'm a little xenocentric on there.
maybe you just insulted her.
Now, Martin, pour up some ales. This cub.
It's literally just these 3 people in here.
Mm-hmm. And they're all workers.
Who are the ales for?
They're all for kicks.
For kicks?
Fuck, I'm getting shitty.
Well, I don't drink. I don't know.
I don't
about you.
drink.
What'd
I
you
don't think
come here
if
for?
we determined what rules these vampires go off of. I've looked, I can't find. I'm gonna. I don't know. It's up to you, Tyler. Can I actually drink?
I have to assume you
Can I
can
get drunk?
still eat and drink other things. You just have to have
I just have to have blood. Yeah.
blood to survive.
I mean, I like that more from a flavor perspective, personally.
It's more fun. I like it too. Not what we do in the shadows rules.
Which is, they just
Which is as soon as you take a bite or drink of any human food, just uncontrollable projectile vomiting.
Sounds reasonable.
She asked the question.
5 coppers, 5 ales.
Yes, I paid 6.
Right. It's unnecessary, but I'll take your copper.
I'm glad that you did. It's worth it. For such a lovely atmosphere, the bone door is fantastic.
Visible eye roll. Yeah, whatever you say. Take your drinks. And she goes back to, like, wiping.
Stereotypical bartender shit.
Yep, stereotypical bartender shit. And then the guy she directed to bring you the drinks, Namartin, a human male, brown hair, tied back, big beard, comes and kind of puts them down at wherever you're all sitting.
I take a drink, and at the same time, Sun Drinker takes a glass and, like, pours it all over their roots, but mostly on the floor.
Hey, what do you...
This is how I drink.
You could have asked for a bucket or something.
It slowly gets seeped up from the floor as Sun Drinker stands in it.
All right, fine.
This is wonderful ale, I say. Do I need to make a diplomacy check or a deception check?
Deception check, because her eyebrow cocks up.
It's not lovely. Okay.
Can Sundrinker get drunk?
I don't know. We'll find out. I get a 28 deception check.
Like, both of her eyebrows go up, and she does that thing with the tight lip nod. All right.
Absolutely excellent. In fact, one of the best ales I've had in this city. You know, there's not a lot of good ale in the city. Mostly dead live here, so obviously I'm a dead who also enjoys a good ale. And there's not very many of us around, and so it's really wonderful to find this tavern. I've tried all sorts of taverns, that's why we're here with my friends. Trying lots of different taverns. In fact, this is so good. I would love to have a tour of how you make this.
Did you?
I say.
Did you come here to drink my ale, or did you come here to talk my ear off?
Perhaps both. And I get a 12. I'm going to use one of those 2 hero points I've got. Fuck. 15. I'm ruining it. I'm talking too much.
No.
No, this is you can sample the brew. You cannot see the process. We're not set up for tours. We don't have the proper licensing for that.
Well, all right. I was hoping it wouldn't have to come to this. You see, we're actually here on behest of the leader of this city. I'm going to get a tour of this place to find who else might be here. You may either facilitate this process or be expunged.
Or what? The High Governor sent you here?
No, Bloodlord Howdoley, and I make an intimidation check. We're looking for some people who wear red cloaks.
And what'd you get on your intimidation?
26.
26.
26.
She takes a half step back
And growls. No, you cannot go deeper.
Oh, don't tell me that you're in league with them. That would be very bad for you. Please, please lie if it's true. Go on, lie to me.
Gurdrug unsheathes one of his dog slicers and smiles at her. Because he knows what's coming next.
No. Get them.
roll for initiative. And
You got it.
Gurdrug is so happy.
26, Lucan, would you like it to be for your
Oh, God, yes. If I can use
initiative?
that intimidation as my initiative, I would love to.
All right, so before we get fully started here, let's talk a little bit about that intimidation check, Lucan. Your 26
Yes.
versus the will DC on this creature is a critical success.
Sweet.
So that
I
means
don't
they
remember
are
what they're fucking
frightened. They're frightened too.
nice.
Now that the attack them has come out loud, Gurdrug unsheathed that dog slicer and tied at the top with Lucan. So between Gurdrug and Lucan, who goes first?
What would you prefer?
I can go first. Get in position.
Then Gurdrug, it's your turn.
Since I'm going before them in initiative, as long as we are the same level or we are higher, he will be flat-footed to me. I'm going to come around the edge of the bar here and attack Crooked Coffin Brewer number 1. Actually doesn't have a number. He also doesn't have a funny name.
Oh, I missed the funny names.
I didn't do the funny names this time.
This is outrageous.
Outrageous.
How can I tell them apart?
Sorry, I'll fix it.
Okay, it's outrageous, Crooked Coffin Brewer.
Next time. Outrageous. There we go. That'll work for that one.
Okay. So, yeah, I will walk up to him. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, that's right. No, that doesn't work. Fuck.
What?
It's only if I roll deception or stealth for initiative. I always forget that.
Oh, then yeah, that didn't happen.
Then scratch it. You can go first, Lucan.
Never mind.
Play rewind.
We'll see where your guys
Where we end up.
So then Lucan's gonna go first?
Lucan's gonna go
I'll go first.
All right, then Lucan, top of round 1, it's your turn.
Yeah, action 1. Lucan's gonna back the fuck out of melee range. Get back behind a table over here.
Okay.
Action 2 and 3, we will act together. And let's just do a good old electric arc on a couple of these.
Which two? The outrageous Crooked Coffin Brewer, and then
Outrageous Crooked Coffin Brewer, and also the bartender. Electric arc, cast, reflex saves, please.
the ghoul bartender and the brewer both fail with an 18 and a 12. In fact,
Excellent.
the ghoul fails because it is frightened.
Fantastic. Well, that's 11 electricity damage. I'm sorry, Gurdrug. I'm not moving. I'm in melee range. I'm attacking him. Sundrinker will attack the bartender with a vine strike. And let's go slashing. Attack. I get a 25.
A 25 is a critical hit because she's frightened.
Nice.
Oh, the striking rune's just
Well.
going to wreck her day.
Oh,
That's
God.
35 slashing damage.
Oh my god.
That was like an 8, 2 7s, and a 5 or something.
Yeah, it was good rolls.
Oh,
that was
that's
good
good.
rolls
Oh
on
my
that.
God.
You didn't. That was solid.
Wow. Lucan absolutely murders the bartender, just straight up. That slashing damage after she, opens herself up by doing the electric, shock. Just gets sliced open by Sundrinker. She's destroyed. Gone.
Ooh, these striking rooms are nice. That's my turn. I came out very strangely because of my sore throat.
It just sounded really weird.
It sounded really weird. I'm going to cut that out.
All right. Then after Lucan just murders that bartender, Gerdrug, it's your turn.
Okay, Gerdrug is going to move in front of this guy, and as part of that move, he is going to attempt to tumble through. Gonna get a 26.
Okay, a 26 against Reflex DC is a critical success.
Doesn't matter. There's no additional for critical.
I mean, sort of. but-
Just means he's now actually flat-footed to me because of tumble behind.
Well then.
I didn't really want to tumble behind him if the bartender was standing right there, so now that that was taken care of, we will swing our nice new shiny sword and get a 28. Dear God.
God, wow. Yeah, that's a critical hit.
32 damage.
I mean, and down goes another one. Just this one's a living, so the blood spatters the bar top as Gerdrug cuts him down.
I mean, I don't have any intimidation, but I just smile at the one that's left.
There's a reaction that would be perfect here. You're next. That would just fit so well.
And I think that is even a rogue reaction. I just didn't
I think
take
it
it.
is
It's like a
too.
level 1 or 2 rogue feat.
Well, haven't even gotten to the Brewers yet, but we're at Arius. It's your turn.
Can I swing from across the bar?
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming I can't because Sundrinker did. Okay, I moved 25 feet up to the last remaining enemy.
Get a one. Get a one.
Oh my god. 19 for a 28.
We just wanted to show off our new striking room.
That is a critical hit.
I roll rather poorly on the damage. Two 4s and a 12, so 30 damage.
In one clean slice, you just come across the bar with the greatsword and just decapitate this guy with a fountain of blood, and it collapses to the
We do
ground.
35, 32, and 30 damage on 3 critical hits.
I feel like that was a lot of pent up, we haven't got to do anything yet, so just kill everything. Wow, that went quick.
My goodness. That was interesting. Well done, team. And Kicks.
That seemed illegal.
These runes work well.
They probably shouldn't have stood our way. They were not equipped for it. I wasn't expecting that.
I don't think
What
they
do you
had
mean not
runes.
equipped? They were bartenders.
They clearly did not have runes.
You guys murdered them.
She said get him. That means we defended ourselves just before they actually did anything.
There was no getting.
It was preemptive defense, okay?
They killed them first. I only followed them.
Sorry, Kicks.
Preemptive self-defense, you know?
Kix is still
Yes.
just sitting at his table drinking. Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
You guys just
blood
murdered
splatter
them?
all the way across the...
Just taking a sip. Oh, this ale's pretty good. Turns around, there's just decapitated people.
Just three dead bodies.
The fuck, guys? I can't take you anywhere.
After all is said and done, and you're having the start of this conversation, Kix, you have this moment of deja vu, where you feel like this isn't the first time you've been here.
Oh, Kicks backstory.
We're killing Kix next.
Kix is the next one who dies.
You guys have brains.
He's a ghost
Sorry,
and I'm a
but you have a
skeleton. There's no
brain.
brain there.
Half the party has brains.
Try again.
Vampires have brains, right? Right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I mean, we're all subject
We all
to those kinds of
technically
spells
have
because we're PCs.
You all have fucking brains.
Yeah, I know.
I said you have a brain.
Kix, as you're having your deja vu moment, I got backstory stuff written here. This is a good place to slide this in.
That's what she said.
Why would she say that?
Slide away.
She just points down. It's like, this is a good place to slide it in. This is a good place to slide it in. She points to the back. This is a good place to slide it in. No, she just.
Like, it seemed like you were
like-
waiting for an invitation, so she was just telling you.
Yeah. I just wanted you to know that this is a good place to slide it in. This is a good
Where we
place.
get started.
Just in case you didn't know. She doesn't know your experience level.
Hey, I love when your partner is just upfront and like, yeah, let's do sex. Yeah.
But let's do the thing.
Back on the 1st of Rova in 4722, 1 week before the investigation at Old Ergag's farm, the Crooked Coffin Tavern and Brewery is a hole in the wall, almost literally. Located in a rundown market in the Court of Ghouls district in Grey Dirge, the Crooked Coffin had one entrance, an archway along a side street. There's no signage hanging out in front of the Crooked Coffin. The regulars prefer it that way. The dead have little need for alcohol. Certainly some of the dead nobles in Grey Dirge imbibe as a point of opulence, though not in a place such as the Crooked Coffin. The Quick, named Reshif, plodded into the place, past its skeletal guard, there to enforce the dead law preventing gatherings of the Quick larger than 7 at a time. They rarely needed to be roused, though. Reshif dug into his pockets. He had 2 coppers left, enough to start the process of drowning his sorrows. With a heavy sigh, he walked in and sidled up to the bar. The same ghoul who tended the bar last evening was there as well.
Payment up front this time, Reshif. I won't have you slipping out before paying your tab again.
She growled at him.
I paid you eventually, didn't I, Keb? 3 days after the fact, Reshif. And it's Ankh M Keb to you. We're not friends. Whatever.
Ankem dead now. Sorry.
He took out his copper coin, handed it to the ghoulish bartender, and she bit the coin between her pointed teeth and grunted in satisfaction before pouring a flagon of ale. Reshif grabbed it and shuffled over to one of the many empty tables. He pulled out his last copper out, and he just stared blankly at it. Reshif was unsure how long he sat there in contemplation, but before long that copper went into Ankh M. Keb's purse, and another flagon was in front of him. He started reminiscing about his family and his past. His father, once a renowned member in the Reanimators Guild, was taken from him by a pack of ghoul bandits. So he's a little extra anxious around Keb, the bartender. Now 2 flagons deep in, considering how even though this very prestigious member of the Reanimators Guild had done so much good work for Geb, dies like that, he's just working the fields now. After some more wallowing, a 3rd flagon comes down to the table. Reshif gives the bartender ghoul a questioning look. She jabs a thumb over her shoulder.
Looks like this one wants to watch you drink yourself farther into the hole, you miserable Quick.
She spits on the floor next to him before stalking away. Reshif's eyes look over to a red-skinned tiefling man with unkempt hair and ragged clothing. He looked pretty destitute, yet he was straight-backed with a warm smile on his face. The man stood, drink in hand, and walked towards him. His gait reminded Reshif of a cat crossing a courtyard, all grace and self-assured arrogance. As Reshif drank the 3rd flagon, the tiefling man sidled up next to him and said, "My, a thirsty Quick." The tiefling mused, holding a silver piece in the air between 2 fingers, getting another drink delivered. Reshif Valdi, the last of the Valdi line, drowning his misfortunes in flagons of what is undoubtedly the worst ale in the city.
You mean the cheapest ale in the city?
Reshif shot back in between gulps.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
Why, your father and I were acquaintances long ago. The man grimaced over his ale and he took a drink. Long ago? This tiefling man seemed pretty young. My father? So, what, you're a reanimator then, huh? An old rival comes to gloat in his only living son's face, perhaps? Yes, my father's body works in the fields now. Yes, I understand the irony. No, I don't fucking care to hear your litmus monologue of a victory or whatever. Thank you for the ale. Now fuck off. The tiefling laughs at him. Rivals? No. By the beast slumber. No. No, I'm tangentially involved with the reanimators. I'm not among the ranks. Today I hold the capacity of a messenger. The man pulls an envelope from the rags that he wore and places it in front of Reshif. A gift. Don't open it here. Take it home and decide what to do with it. Or, the man went to stand up, have a few more drinks on me, as he slides a silver piece across the table, and immediately begins to walk away. Or do some combination of the two, or nothing at all. I don't care. Reshif, the Quick's eyes stare at the envelope, vexing. The mark of the reanimators and Geb itself were stamped on it. As he grabbed the silver piece, held it out to the ghoulish bartender, and got another round of drinks. Hard cut to Berline Haldoli sitting in her carriage on a rainy street in front of Valdi Manor. A traveling mug filled with strong back tea in one hand, and the Valdi file on her lap. She paged through it. Apparently, the bloody smear of what was Reshif, the last of the Valdi line, was inside the manor. She heaved an exasperated sigh. She'll likely need to figure out what to do with this property at some point if nobody came to claim it. And why exactly am I here, Captain? She said to the skeletal guard outside her carriage window. Well, two things, ma'am. First, the deceased appears to have, without a proper license, to have risen a fanatic skeleton with an oversized sword who's walking around talking about Zerial to assist random citizens, causing a bit of a disturbance. I see. Has he hurt anybody aside from the victim? No, madam, not as of yet. He threatens violence occasionally, but mostly just talks about the Angel of War. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Find any sort of reports, get me a drawing, and we'll see what we can come up with. Right, ma'am, yes. Also, there's this. He pulls out an envelope, hands it to Berline, and she looks at it. It's obviously a fake. It is, in fact, a fake reanimator's license. It immediately became apparent as soon as the seals began leaking from the exposure to the victim's blood. See there? Yes, quite. This is not necessarily my field. Is this important, Captain? Hold it over your lamp. Hold it over your lamp. She does. And as ink springs to life on the fake reanimator's license, a message says, Good evening, Mistress Haldoli. I would like to eat meat with you urgently. I will be at your gate on the 5th of Rova. Signed, K. You find yourself in an empty tavern with 3 dead bodies. Well, destroyed bodies in front of you. What do you do?
Searching this place and looting it, I guess.
Oh yeah, search the room. We searched this room. Gotta remember to roll this twice. One of each of my characters. We both do well.
Yes, Lucan with the 28 and Sundrinker with the 24 both do well. And aside from the casks of questionable smelling ale and the pewter mugs, a couple of wooden mugs, you find a small lock box with a simple lock that sits on a shelf behind the bar.
Find any keys on the dead people?
Yeah, what do the dead people got on them?
Tell us what the dead people have.
The ghoul has nothing.
Not even a key?
Not even a key. And neither do either of the brewers, the 2 humans that were living just a moment ago.
Yeah. They didn't appreciate their aliveness enough.
I handed the lockbox to Gerdrug. I assume you're the one most likely to be able to do something with
Gurdrick
this.
attempts to open the lockbox.
All right, go ahead and give me a thievery check.
I stand away.
16.
A 16, you find a good place to post one of the picks, and you've got a good hand on the tumbler. Need one more roll.
I thought you said it was a simple lockbox. 15.
You got a 15.
Oh, the second was a 15.
Yeah.
Got it.
I got a 16 and then a 15.
And the 15 fails.
Well, I wonder what I'm looking for here. Oh my god, I rolled a
Holy
5, a
shit.
4, and a 3.
You have a little bit of a hard time, but you haven't broken any picks yet.
From the sound of it, I have to roll a nat 1 to break a pick, so then I get an 18.
An 18 is a success. You actually need one more success.
I mean, this should be so fucking easy. I need a 5.
I'm so sorry.
For the listeners, I got a 2. Come on, and then a 9. Jesus, a 30. How about a 30?
There you go.
Does 30
There you
do
go.
it?
30, you finally get it. Click, you pop it open. Inside of the lockbox are 2 alchemical items, 5 gold, 20 silver, and 45 copper.
I don't really feel like staying here for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, so drop it all in the party loot.
All right. Aside from that, you don't find anything else of value.
I suppose we check out this door behind the bar, right?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? Just walk in, or are you thinking maybe check for traps?
Yeah, I'm not checking for traps. I'm not very good at this. I don't know why I decided to do that.
I get a 19.
As you search the door, you don't find any triggers or anything like that. No traps.
Yeah. What's our entrance?
Some combination of Sundrinker and Arius in the front.
I feel like I'm still just sitting down. Like, I don't
Still over there.
with these guys anymore.
All right,
just,
fine.
Picking some corpses clean.
I open the door.
I'm assuming Sundrinker. Okay, Sundrinker opens the door.
Yes.
Sundrinker opens the door into what looks to be a storeroom. This storeroom contains several barrels and obviously empty crates.
Don't see any enemies right offhand, huh?
You do not see any creatures on opening the door, no.
Okay, I enter in.
Sundrinker, you can kind of get a good idea, of the setup here as you're walking across the storage room. You can clearly see that most of this is empty. There may be a few casks of ale here, but not many. Not many.
I do want to do a quick once over because I know we're looking for this poison stuff. I want to see if I catch an eye of any of that.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check there.
A couple of 17s for me.
You're searching around, and no. It's clear that whatever storage containers are here, aside from, as I mentioned, a few casks of ale, not many, are to be used yet. But no residue of anything. There might be some mildew and mold here and there. On the south side of the room is a doorway leading further into the brewery, and you can hear faintly off in the distance as you're searching through this storeroom the low moaning of several zombies. Not active zombies, just kind of that, passive. There are a handful of them, at least.
Not interested in any of this.
They obviously didn't come attack us while we were searching everything.
No.
So you still heading the way, or do you want me to scout ahead?
Up to you.
I'll scout ahead a little bit. I'll use stealth.
As you cross the threshold into what looks to be maybe a hallway, you see a ghoul, bald-headed, long, lolling, pointed tongue, mouth full of teeth, holding a wooden ladle of some kind. Must be some sort of brewer's implement. And it stops and it stares at you. And it has this moment of,
I said I was stealthing.
So go ahead and give me your stealth check then.
And my rolls continue. I roll a 4 for a 15.
Yeah, you have just this moment of your eyes make eye contact, and we're going to roll for initiative right there.
Whoa.
As you can see, the ghoul's about to turn and run.
Turn and run. Oh, shit. We've got a chase scene.
I mean, I'm guessing he's going to tell some other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Not going to be a very long chase.
Is it just this one guy?
For now.
Just this one guy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Can I not roll initiative? Will let me not roll?
No.
Okay, well, I pass.
There's going to be more of them. He's going to run and get friends.
Unless we kill him first.
I rolled solo. Have fun killing him. Tyler's cheating.
Yeah, Tyler's like, I have to go get more people, so I'm getting this guy going first.
Put my cheating pants on. Yep, rolling that 20 on perception. Now, at the very top of round 1, after that moment, this ghoul turns away from Gurdrug and shouts,
Why, we have intruders! Intruders!
and uses all 3 of his actions to move east. And I will get you a description of what's in the room at large here in a moment, because it'll be important.
Looks like brewery barrels.
Yeah, once you guys get a little further into the room, we'll get that in there too. You really have that much movement? Dude, yeah.
Cheating.
Cool. Fucking ghouls, man. It's just beating it.
This guy's got like 50-foot movement speed.
I thought Undead were supposed to be slow.
All right, so the ghoul sounds the alarm and runs off to the east and down and around this set of brewing barrels. And you can see that there's this walkway set about 10 feet above the ground level, this catwalk, and there's a set of stairs leading up to it. And out of each of the brewing barrels are pipes. You can see pipes with valves and steam valves and meter readers, and it goes all the way off to the east. And you get a better look at it as you get further into the room, but as you are where you are now, you can see that a human man is standing at the top of the catwalk. They are now included in initiative as well. Then after the ghoul comes the human man at the top of the stairs, uses his first action to get up into position at the top of the stairs where the catwalk is. He uses his second action to pull out a sling, and his third action to load a bullet into the sling. Kix, it's your turn.
Look at that. A human you can do things to, Kix.
A fellow quick.
Blow his head up.
He's 10 feet off the ground. Visibility from where you're at is touchy at best.
All right. Where would you like? Can I go right here?
Like, you'd have to get to right around where Gurdrug is. That's not bad. Yeah, that would work.
All right. I see a sling in his hand, and I'm like, oh no, he's gonna shoot the sling.
Oh,
and I cast forbidden thought and then I specific action strike with that sling. Well, it doesn't need to be strike with the sling, but I see him loaded string, and now I say no.
This spell.
But yeah, I did that. My turn's done.
Well, he's got to make a save.
The save will come
on his turn.
No,
Never
on his turn. It's
Save
when
comes when he tries to do it. Then, after Kix, a man on the catwalk that nobody can see right now yells across to his pal, Emeros, you got eyes on him? Yeah, I see him. They're coming in for the storeroom. Well, I'm coming.
Maybe I missed it. Are they wearing red cloaks or anything?
They are not.
Okay.
This one uses his first action to get up to the stairs, and his second action
To die.
to pull out a club, and he's going to pass on his third action.
Oh, these bastards are trying to bait us.
Gurdrug, it's your turn.
I am not above being baited.
I'm going to hold.
Gurdrug delays.
Delay.
Okay. Lucan and Sundrinker, it's your turn.
Yeah, sure is. If I move to say here, you say I have line of sight on both of them? I think I would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So I start by moving up. Lucan moves up a little bit. We're going to target both of them. And we're going to cast, of course, an electric arc with 2 actions using act together. Reflex saves.
We get pretty good. Pretty good.
They both rolled an 18.
I got 2 18s.
They both succeed, I guess.
Cheat.
With 27s. They take half of this, half of 7. Then with their single action from act together, Sundrinker moves, not there, but there, moves to the base of the stairs.
Okay. Now the stairs, going up the stairs is difficult terrain.
Yep, that's why he only moves to the base of the stairs.
All right. After Lucan and Sundrinker, that takes us to the bottom of round 1. Arius, it's your turn.
10, 20. Arius uses his first 2 actions to move right up into the enemy's faces, and then third action he'll take a swing at, I don't know which one that is. It's not giving me a name.
Let's just go with it's the one with the sling or the one with the club.
I don't know which one's which.
Oh, the sling is the one to the left.
The sling guy.
Ambrose.
18 to hit.
An 18 misses.
Motherfuckers.
Ouch. Okay. That's my turn.
I guess I'll jump in here.
Gurdrug hops in, bottom of round 1.
An action to move up. Second action to attempt to tumble through.
Difficult terrain on the stairs there. You got enough movement for that first action?
I have 30 feet of movement, so yes.
Oh, the 30 feet. There we go.
So I mean, yeah, like the first action would have gotten me probably to here, and then I'd have enough movement
Tumbling
with
through
my
at half
second
speed.
action to tumble through. Yeah.
Let's see that acrobatics check.
I put a 24.
24 is a success.
Good, I'm behind him. And now I stab him in the back with a 20 to hit.
He gets stabbed. That hits.
We will do 18 damage.
Ouch. Emerose gets cut. Gets cut, but good.
That's my turn.
All right. That was the bottom of round 1. Now at the top of round 2, now that everybody's in this room and starting to make their way up the stairs to the catwalk that goes over the brewing barrels, you can all see now to the east a iron gate. And behind that iron gate are zombies.
Sweet.
There's a couple of like human-sized zombies, and there's a couple of like large zombie Hulk-sized zombies over there.
Why are these guys hoarding zombies?
And even beyond that, the piping that comes out of each of these brewing barrels goes through and above iron grates in another cage section holding even more zombies. Those ones are more difficult to see.
Suspicious. Very suspicious.
All right, so that is going to take us to the top of round 2. And our ghoul on the run uses their first action to get up to the door on the very southern side of the room. Second action to open that door. And in this room, we have a moment where we see a ghoul wearing a leather brewer's apron and sitting on heap of, well, body parts, I guess. It's just random body parts, right? Some legs, arms, some torsos here and there, sometimes stuffed into bags, burlap sacks, others out in the open. It's just lounging on this mound of body parts and is holding a drawing of a, what's the word I'm looking for? An autopsied humanoid form where the incisions are depicted as being discolored and grisly and having these growths on them. And as he's studying the picture, he's chewing on a finger and just kind of like peeling the skin and the meat off the bones of this finger idly.
This is porn to them, isn't it?
As his door bursts open and the ghoul that came to get him goes, "Pescai, there are intruders!" And as soon as the door goes open, he says, "I was told you not to disturb me!" There's a moment of silence afterwards as they both comprehend what each other said. The one who burst open the door's eyes go wide and looks immediately cowed. The other one realizes that, oh, there's intruders. And he throws down his little finger bit and sets the drawing on a desk in front of him and enters combat. As Pesgahi stands up to enter combat. He shouts back at the ghoul,
You fool Tasanya! Go take care of them! I will invite more guests.
and with the last of Tassanya's turn, the last action, they move around the western side of the catwalk. I'm at ground level, just at where Gurdrug's feet are, off the side of the catwalk. And that takes us over to Amaros. This is the guy who's just been getting wrecked here. Uses his first action to tumble through, to attempt to tumble through Gurdrug, who just tumbled through him. You know what? No, he doesn't. This is a ruffian, not a rogue. So instead of tumbling through, they use a free action to drop the loaded sling. All wasted actions. You guys came up much faster than he was hoping. Uses his first action to draw his club. His second action to do something called snagging strike. So he's going to make a strike action on Gurdrug. 12 to hit.
No.
Totally misses.
No.
Well, definitely gets frustrated, but uses his third action to attempt to shove you. But he's a ghost. Yeah, I know. This is at a -5. Does a 20 beat your fortitude DC?
Yes.
Standard success?
Yes.
Then you are pushed back 5 feet.
Okay.
And that's his turn, which takes us over to Kix. Sorry to make that forbidden thought just not really work out for you.
I mean, it worked out. He didn't do it.
It technically didn't do the thing you didn't want him to do.
Was all good.
Wasn't the thing he couldn't do a strike?
Subtle manipulation. Snagging
Did he
strike has strike as a subordinate action. I don't know if that technically counts.
I mean, is strike in the thing?
It says
Yeah.
you make a strike.
Make a melee strike while keeping the one hand free.
2d6 damage. Oh, well.
And they got to roll
saves.
will save, right?
Yeah.
Okay, coming back on this just a touch for a will save. Oh, good. And that one on the die.
He takes 24 damage.
Which means the shove never got off, because when he went to go strike Gurdrug, he had a brain aneurysm.
No, it still goes. It doesn't prevent the action.
No, he dies.
He dies, is what I'm saying.
Okay, never mind. It prevented the
So
action
yes,
due to
you
death.
do.
Line of blood down the nose and the whole yard completely negates the third action to shove, because when he attacked and critically failed that will save, he has an aneurysm and dies.
Kix notes that he still hasn't killed anyone and still thinks everyone's psycho for murdering everyone. I haven't physically ever done anything.
Arius is so fucking confused about how this guy just died. Like, this guy just, like,
happened a
had
few
a
times
brain
now.
aneurysm right in front of him, though, and he's just like...
You saw a rat die in front of you.
You saw this guy attempt to attack Gurdrug and die for it. That's
I guess
right.
I have
I can
done
kill
damage.
people without even touching
He
them.
just looks at Gurdrug like, oh shit, remind me never to attack that ghost.
Note to self.
All the psychic does is ever just throw bones at people. This ghost can just blow people up. All right.
Now that
turn, that guy's
I was gonna
dead.
say, now that he's dead, it's now your turn.
And I assume all I can see now is Tasanya?
Tasena
Yeah.
is not in your field of view right now because of the stairs.
I move up 10 feet next to my vampire friend, and I cast a message to Arius, granting him a movement. I don't know if he wants to move, but that's what I'm doing.
Another amp from Kix.
First man.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's first.
Arius will take a step action up to the other guy that's up here.
Do you get to
Nice.
choose step?
Okay, Arius takes a move action?
Stride
Oh, hold
action.
on.
A stride action?
Step or stride. It's a step.
Oh, then I step.
So
Yeah.
step. Okay.
And then I will end my turn with the name of that thing. Recall the teachings. Psychic Helpy.
All right. Then after Kix takes us over to the other human here. Amaros, no!
You're gonna pay for that.
And the skeleton gets in the way, but he's looking at Gurdrug. So he uses his first action for snagging strike, 24 to hit.
Yeah.
He'll take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now flat-footed until the start of their next turn. Then with their second action, they are going to swing again with the club. 11 to hit.
Yeah, that's a bad miss.
That's a miss. Yep, bad miss. He's going to take one step back and end his turn. Lucan, Sundrinker, it's your turn.
So Kix is standing next to me as we're kind of back in the previous room, fighting all these people on these stairs. So was that you that made that gentleman's head explode then?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Impressive, Kix. Impressive. Excellent. It looks like they're both within 30 feet of me, I think. And I will again, with 2 actions from Act Together, cast Electric Arc on these 2 creatures. The man and the ghoul. Reflex saves.
The man is 10 feet up. Do they need to be within 30 feet of each other, or just of you?
Just of me.
Just of you.
For what, electric arc?
Yep.
Then reflex saves for you. The human gets 23.
That jerk.
Hasilla. Tasena gets a 27.
Goodness. Well, they both succeed. So they'll both take half of this. Half of 8, which is 4. Then, with their single action from Act Together, Sundrinker is going to kind of move back off the stairs and be ready to attack Tsenya. And with my third action, I will indeed use my Reaching Vine with Sundrinker to attack Tsenya.
All right.
And we'll use Slashing. Oh, I get an 18. Oh, it still hits.
An 18
That's
hits.
almost a 20. And we'll deal some damage. 12 slashing.
All right. You just peel flesh off of Tasena as she's running up.
And that's my turn.
All right. Then after Lucan and Sundrinker, that takes us over to Arius. It's your turn.
Arius steps up to the asshole that hit him and starts swinging. Holy shit, I can't roll tonight, guys. 15 to hit.
That'll miss.
And that's a nat 1 for a 5.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, Arius comes up. Maybe it's you feel a little cramped with these pipes around here, perhaps. Can't get as quite a wide of a swing, whatever the reason is. Gurdrug, bottom of round 2. It's your turn.
Gurdrug leaps off the edge behind him.
Okay. Pretty sure you still take the damage, right? From a fall, even if you took the leap?
It sounds right, even though it's like I don't think you get a free first 10 feet like you used to with 1E.
Yeah, that's what I was. When you fall more than 5 feet, you take bludgeoning damage equal to half the distance you fell when you land.
So I take 5 damage.
That's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so you would take 5 damage.
And I do not have Catfall or anything like that. For some reason I thought I had taken it, but guess not. And now I stab this guy in the back. With a 20 to hit.
A 20 hits.
So a total of 13 damage.
That was very roguey of you. Jumping off the top thing down to the bottom thing and stabbing the guy in the back and killing him. Very rogue.
Trying to be the quintessential rogue.
Yeah, is there any way you want to do this Assassin's Creed style takedown?
Oh, if it kills him, then yeah, I just drop straight on top of his head at the dog slicer in his back.
With a shunk and it going out the front of his chest, he falls to the ground dead.
And randomly, there's a hay pile right next to you that you drag the body and hide in. What?
How'd that get there?
I look at Sundrinker and I'm like, I think to myself, I don't even know if it can has eyes, but I wouldn't get it anyways.
It does not seem to respond.
I guess it's only 2. I then start moving my way back over to Hasilla, and I'm done.
Then that is the bottom of round 2. At the top of round 3, Pescahi, out of sight from any of the characters right now, stands up, walks over to his door, grabs a ring of keys, kind of grabs a bracelet around his wrist, and it glows for a moment. And that's his turn. Kicks. It's your turn.
So am I just looking down now on all the barrels if I were to stand to the left of the stairwell here? Or is it like a wall between me now? That's just like a path, right? Like I can see down to where Arius is?
Oh, it's 10 feet off the ground. So you can't see Arius or Hasilla right now.
Oh, it's like up?
Yeah, they're up.
Oh. Oh, it's like the catwalk. You said that earlier, yeah. Okay.
I did say the word catwalk earlier. That is correct.
I aid anyone in a 30-foot radius and be done.
Then that takes us over to Hasilla, the last remaining of the first three on the catwalk. Uses their first action at a desperate swing, like tries to body Arius to push him back even. Not actually making a shove. He's swinging with the club, though.
Am I still flat-footed, or was that the beginning of his turn or end of his turn?
Snagging strike is until the start of the ruffian's next turn, so that's now. So with his first action, he's actually going to attempt to re-up snagging strike. He's going to make a club attack. God damn. Can't roll with this hit. 17?
Miss.
No, can't do it. Eyes go wide a little bit, but he takes one more frantic swing. Rolled the same thing even. 13 to hit.
Miss.
And with his third action, kind of just like turns and starts running down the catwalk in the other direction. And as a free action at the end of his turn, he starts yelling towards the zombies on the east end of the wall and says, "Oi, you bright dead shitheads! Rise up, come on, get out of there! Help us out!"
Us.
He's like trying to call to the zombies, but he's not exactly a corpse tender. He's just screaming frantically at them, flailing his arms around. Okay, the zombies enter combat. At least one zombie does. The brute turns around and looks through the bars and sees Hasilla waving his hands and making a commotion. And then he sees the rest of you. But more importantly, he sees Kix over there. But we'll get to him and what he does on his turn. Lucan, it's your turn.
Do I see the brute starting to move?
From where you're at, yes.
And do I see this? Did I see this door open and this guy start to come out, or is that door still closed to the south?
To the south, the door is still closed, but you can't see that door at all. I'm just kind of, providing description for the audience. Really, the only one who might be able to see him would be Sundrinker, and that would be through like scaffolding, holding
the
up
scaffolding
this
of the little catwalk. Yeah.
So maybe enough to target. Certainly not enough to like do a ranged attack, even though I know that's not Sundrinker's thing.
And which brute is it? Is it this guy, that guy there?
That first one you can see.
So I do see him there in that cluster of all those zombies, huh?
Yes.
He's giant. He's huge.
He's huge.
Well, large, I guess.
Large, but yes, that's a big boy either way.
Well, I certainly don't want to be the first one to encounter him. I use Act Together to cast a spell. 2 actions. And the spell I cast is Thundering Dominance.
Okay. That is a new one. Let me read it.
It is. It's my 2nd level spell. Sundrinker will be the target of my Thundering Dominance. I shroud the target in a powerful predatory aura and amplify its vocalizations. It gains a +1 status bonus to intimidation checks. Once during the spell's duration, it can take the Thundering Roar action, which basically lets it explode and deal a shit ton of damage in a burst. So if Sundrinker gets surrounded by zombies, which I'm thinking might be a thing that might happen, I can explode them.
It lasts a minute.
Lasts a minute.
What do you mean by explode him?
Like, it doesn't hurt me, it just explodes them.
Doesn't hurt me.
Yeah, Sundrinker does a Thundering Roar. It's a 10-foot emanation for 4d8 sonic damage.
Each enemy.
And it does say enemy in the action, you're right.
Then with the single action from Act Together, Sundrinker will start to move, I guess, towards them?
The zombies?
Towards the zombies?
Okay.
Sure. I guess I'll move there. And then with my 3rd action, Fuck it. Let's see here. I've got a third action that I can use. Let's do Boost Eidolon. And let's use a free action to cast Extend Boost.
Okay.
So 1 action to cast Boost Eidolon, free action to cast Extend Boost, and I need to make a nature check.
And that's a single action and one
free
focus
action.
point?
1 focus point, free action.
1 focus, okay. Because Extend Boost doesn't take a focus point?
Extend Boost does, Boost Eidolon does not.
Ah, got it. Oh, because it's a cantrip. Got it.
DC's by level. Haha, I succeed.
Yeah, it's an 18.
It's an 18 is DC by level for level 3, and I got a 19. So I succeed. So that means Extend Boost works, and my Boost Eidolon will last 3 rounds. And there we go. That's my turn.
So we've hit the hour, and I'm keeping Lucan's tactics in mind with that thundering echo. I'm looking maybe into that for the next hour, but for this hours, I'm actually going to give it to Gurdrug for the Assassin's
Being
Creed
just
bullshit.
so roguey.
Yeah, just being so roguey. Go ahead and take a hero point.
I have a third hero point that I cannot actually
You sure do.
have.
I blew someone's brain up.
Well, time to start burning hero points, guys.
Then after Lucan, the last party member on the catwalk right now, Arius, it's your turn.
I mean, I gotta go hit something. I've missed everything tonight. So I'm gonna move 25 feet, chasing after this dude, and start swinging.
Oh, so close to a 19.
It just looks rough, man. It just looks rough.
I'm gonna clean this guy up quick so I can go help with the zombies coming in. I'm gonna hero point him.
Ooh, all right.
I use one of the 2. Holy
Oh my God.
shit.
Oh, God, dude, that sucks.
Poor Arius.
Hero point to a 14.
And then for my third action, I take another swing. 23 to hit.
A 23 will hit. Yes.
Hey guys, I hit something. And I rolled average damage. 16 damage.
16 as you cut across this guy's chest. A stream of blood hits your bones. Gurdrug, the bottom of the staircase of the catwalk. It's your turn.
Yeah, I am not in a good position right now for like anything. Okay. 2 actions to get up behind Arius, and the third action to attempt to tumble through this guy to kind of pin him in.
Okay.
15.
15
This is
does
reflex.
not succeed. That is a failure. For the tumble through on a failure, you trigger reactions as if you had moved out of the square you started in.
Hero point it. You got 3 hero points.
So it would get an attack of opportunity on you as you fail.
I'm gonna hero point it. 20.
A 20 is a success.
Oof.
By 1.
Okay. That's all 3 actions, but now I'm behind him.
All right. Flanked in with not really many places to go. After Gurdrug, that takes us to the bottom of round 3, where the zombie brute is looking at this tasty, meaty treat on this catwalk, flailing his delicious brain around. And he uses his first action to attempt to break down the iron grate, reaching his huge fists to connect with the grate over the 2 zombies that are standing in between him and the grate. He's going to make an athletics check. He's going to do 3 of these. Well, sorry, 2 of these because, slow zombies. And the grate holds up on both hits. Boom, boom, but you can hear it. The sound reverberates throughout the brewery. Top of round 4, it's our poisoner's turn. Pesgahi, all the way in the back, uses his first action to do things that nobody can see. You hear a couple of doors open beyond the catwalk. Kix, it's your turn.
Hello. Do I have sight of... I mean, it looks like I obviously do of that crate. I mean, all that zombies.
Oh yeah, you can see the whole zombie clusterfuck happening behind that gate and the motes of dust that are breaking off of the wall as the grate is getting punched by the hulking brute.
What does block my view? Is this just like a big-ass just wall?
It's like a hallway wall. Yeah, it's a dividing wall. It's a silly wall, but it's there.
And it only goes for 15 feet. It's just
it's a silly wall, but it's there.
I mean, I'm not gonna get closer to the wall that might break, so I'll just delay.
Kix delays. All right.
Yeah.
That takes us over to our surrounded Pasilla on the catwalk, surrounded by Gurdrug and Arias. He uses his first action to attempt to shove Gurdrug. Gurdrug does a 13 beat your fortitude DC? I don't think it does.
No, somehow he managed to fail.
With just like a push and just kind of misses, catching himself off balance just a little bit, uses his second action to turn around and swing that club at Arias. Getting a 20 to hit. Hey, he did a thing. Arias take 8 points of bludgeoning damage from the club. For his third action, he jumps from the catwalk in panic.
And takes 5 damage.
And takes 5 points of damage. You clearly see he rolled his ankle on landing and he stumbles, but he stays standing. Lucan, it's your turn.
Huh. All right. Well, action 1 and 2. I'm just going to cast Ray of Frost at that guy because it's 120 casts, so fuck it. I attack the big guy with Ray of Frost.
Oh, the zombie brute behind the wall. Okay. Ranged attack. It will have cover for this. Standard cover.
Oh, no, not with an 11.
That will miss.
Well, then, Sundrinker will take their turn from Act Together and move to there, how convenient, and attack Hasilla.
Right within range of the guy who just jumped off the catwalk to get away from the pincer maneuver that was happening up there.
Yeah. I only get a 14 to hit, though.
14 will miss.
That's my turn.
Then that is going to take us over to Arias. It's your turn.
Arias hops off onto the guy.
Cakes could jump in if you want to. Didn't
Is it
you
time?
delay?
Did they?
Kix did delay, yeah.
I mean, it's up to you. Whenever you want to.
I'll just wait since he's already gone.
Arias hops off onto the guy.
I still don't. Did I see this guy? I probably didn't. I didn't even see this guy they're talking about, so I still don't think anything's happened.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to.
True, you can see the
You and I are
zombies
just back here chilling.
trying to, punch their way through, but...
Yeah.
Arias does a fucking dropping strike, or leaping strike. I don't fucking know. He falls and slashes the guy with the greatsword, stabs him, or wait, slashing, right?
He tries to do a Gurdrug.
Tries to do a Gurdrug, but really just wants to fucking kill the guy that he's been chasing after for the last 30 seconds.
Half slashing, half Arias's weight slamming down on the sword that's in this man's face. Arias just cuts a chunk off of him. He gets down the head and then through the shoulder, and that's just lop. He's dead.
Technically, you'd still take the 5 damage.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh yeah, you will take the 5 damage. That is true.
And then third action, I will battle medicine myself, so I'll have to release a hand off my greatsword.
Okay.
I fail.
Not critically fail. Then after Arias, that takes us over to Gurdrug. Top of the catwalk. It's your turn.
I'm going to delay.
Gurdrug delays. Which takes us...
I'm not jumping into that brutes.
Which takes us to the zombie brute. And the zombie brute continues to punch the iron grate. And with a crash, he rolls a nat 20 to force open on that. The gate comes crashing to the ground in dust and bits of mortar. And the zombie pen has entered combat.
Love that.
Is this another one of those, troop things, or...?
Oh no. Oh no, every painstaking creature, all here for the ride.
For our sake, I wish you Godspeed.
I will take my turn
The zombie brute does get to finish his turn. I'm just getting all the zombie shamblers in on here.
Anybody got a fireball yet?
No.
Yeah, a couple of them. Just necklaces.
Yeah, me too.
All right, and with that, I just got done adding, let's see here, 8 new combatants to the field. Zombie Brute, the one that broke down the iron gate on his first action, uses his second action to shamble through the opening and into the room. Now that is that Brute's turn. Kix, are you jumping in here?
Yeah.
After the Brute, Kix, it's your turn.
Well, undead are idiots. Sorry, not like any,
Hey.
like to my friends. I will
Note to self, kill the quick.
cast a mimic undead,
Ah, you are.
and
okay.
I'm gonna play undead for a bit. So you do that with what you will, and then I will recall teachings.
I like it.
Then we haven't covered Mimic Undead. I know we talked about it at some point, I think off recording, but this essentially
Yeah, like the big part is, I'm like out of my skin turns pale, my heartbeat slows down. The senses such as life sense do not detect me unless a creature succeeds at their perception check against the spell's DC. On a failed check, they don't detect me as a living creature, and some other stuff like impersonating as an undead, but yeah.
well played. Then that is going to take us to the bottom of round 4. We got one Brute who's squeezed in here at the bottom of the order and uses its 2 actions to also push through all of the smaller zombies and walk his way into the big room. Now both of the zombie brutes, large in size, dominating, are on the field. Alright, so we're at the top of round 5.
God, I'm not sure how to handle this.
Yeah, top of round 5, some more stuff's gonna happen behind the scenes. This is Piscahi.
I have some ideas on how to handle it.
Let's see. Gurdra, give me a perception check.
22.
You are the only one in the best position to see this. You know, there's that zombie cage that I had mentioned to the south of the one that just got broken open.
Yep.
You see a ghoul walk in there and approach one of the zombies and speak to it in Necro, and under its voice you hear him describing you all to this zombie, and the zombie seems to be listening intently. After the description, you hear, "Destroy them." And this almost keening wail emits from this zombie. And I'm going to show you a picture of this thing.
Cool.
This is called a dirge piper.
This is the zombie, or this is the ghoul that we saw?
This is the zombie.
Okay.
Now, that particular ghoul looks like this. The one that was talking to that zombie.
Let's give him a hand.
He has so many already, though.
Yes, he does.
He's got a bar apron, the pocket filled with hands. I love the flavor text for Pesgahi. He munches on the dismembered digits of his poisoning victims when deep in contemplation.
Or when looking at porn.
Tomato, tomato. Okay, so when that happens, the dirge piper and the other zombies in that cage also now enter combat. Add 3 more to the list. So there are 9 regular zombie shamblers, 2 zombie brutes, 1 special musical dirge piper zombie, and then the ghoul, all on the combat tracker right now. It is massive.
Mid-combat episode break? I think that may be the first time I've ever had to do that. Shit is definitely about to go down. There's 4 of us and 1,000,000 of them. Are we all going to make it out alive? Or still undead or whatever? Find out next time as we continue Bloodlords. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.